Hey art friends, welcome to today's how-to. Today we'll be learning how to draw PicyPigloo, a fan-made smiling critter. So first let's get started towards the left-hand side with our nose, and we're going to start by drawing in an arch line in the center, curving that down. Now for the top of the mouth, starting on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line all the way over, connecting that on the bottom, bringing that further up on the right. Closing off the corner of the mouth, now we're going to draw in a curved line, arching that down. And then we'll do the same thing over on the left-hand side, bringing that down again. Now from here, let's draw in a nice big arch line on the bottom, curving this line around and then up. For the tongue in the center, we're going to curve this line up and over. And then to the left of that, we're going to arch that line over and down again. Now let's draw in the eyes. So on the right-hand side, for the bottom of the eye, we're going to curve this line around and then up. And then on the bottom of this, we're going to again curve this line around and then up, making that smaller. In the center of the nose, coming over on the right, we're going to close off the top of our right eye by arching this line around and then down. And then moving across on the left-hand side, making this eye slightly smaller, we're going to curve this line up, connecting that in the corner. In the center now, we're going to draw in a small oval. And then we'll do the same thing over on the left-hand side. For the top eye on the pattern, we're going to curve this line up and then down in the corner. And then on the left-hand side, again, we will replicate that, curving that up and then back down. Let's draw on the cheeks now. So on the right-hand side, we're going to curve this line around and then in. We'll come over to the left-hand side, replicating that. So we're going to curve this line around and then in. Moving down again, we're going to curve this line around and then up. And then we'll do the same thing on the left-hand side, again, making that smaller. Now let's connect this together with a nice big curved line from left to right, arching this all the way around and then up on the right. We're going to replicate this pattern on the inside of the cheek now. So we're going to curve this line over, down, over, and down in the corner. And then coming underneath, we're going to curve this line around and then in. And then from that point, we're just going to curve this line down towards the side. Now from here on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line up and then down. And then from that point, we're just going to arch this line up and then back down on the side, closing off the top of the head. In the middle, we're going to arch this line over and in. And then from that point, again, we're just going to curve that line around and then back in. On the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line down. And then again, moving that up and over on the right. Now for the earmuffs, on the right-hand side, we're going to curve this line around and then in. And then we'll do the same thing on the left-hand side. Now on the top, we're going to close this off with a curved line from left to right, arching that up and then back down. And then stepping around that, let's replicate that one more time. Bringing that down. Now to the right of this, for our right arm, we're going to start by curving this line up and then out. Starting back on that line, we're going to continue to curve this line around and then across. And then from that point, we're just going to curve this line out and then in at a point. Let's step across and we're going to arch this line around and then down. And now let's draw in the scarf. So coming up on the left, we're going to curve a small line that arches in. And then stepping below that, we're going to curve that line around and then in towards our right arm. To close out the back of the scarf, we're just going to curve that up towards the chin. Now let's move over on the left-hand side. For the torso, we're going to curve this line around, bringing that under and in on the right. Closing off the rest of the scarf now, on the left-hand side, we're going to draw two curved diagonal lines that come down, making the one on the right slightly longer. And now from here, we're going to draw in another diagonal line on the bottom, closing that off. Let's step across towards the right now, drawing in another curved diagonal line, making that slightly shorter. And then from that point, we're just going to bring that diagonal line in towards the middle. underneath in the center now, we're going to curve this line back, around, and then up on the right. And now let's draw in our left arm. So underneath our chin here, we're going to curve this line up. And then from here, we're just going to stretch this line further out across towards the left-hand side. From that point now, we're going to curve that line in, out, and then back in on the side. From the point again, we're going to curve this line out, in, and then back down. Let's draw on our right leg now. So in the center, we're going to curve this line across towards the middle. And leaving quite a big gap coming underneath our right arm, we're going to bring a curved diagonal line that comes down towards the bottom. Now from here, we're going to bring this line out towards the bottom of our page, curving that back in. Moving across in the center again, we're going to curve that out and then in. And then one more time, we're just going to curve this line across at a point. Let's move up in the middle now. We're going to draw in a curved line from left to right. On the left-hand side, we're going to bring a diagonal line that comes down. To the right of this, we're going to bring in another diagonal line that comes down on the back. Closing this off, we're going to curve this line around and then in underneath the foot. And now let's draw on the tail behind. So on the right-hand side coming down, we're going to curve this line up. From that point, we're going to arch this line around and then in. From here, we're going to curve this line out and then in. On the bottom, arching that around and then up. Moving across, curving that around, in. And then one more time, we're just going to arch that in towards our right arm. Let's move down. We're going to curve this line around, out. And then from that point, we're just going to curve that across and then in. And that is it. That's how you draw PicyPigloo Penguin. You can pause the video and color it the way that I have done, or you can change your colors up if you'd like. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment below suggesting any more characters that you'd love to learn to draw next. Thanks so much for joining me on today's tutorial, and I will see you all on the next one.